Well, good evening and welcome here to Paul McGinley Field on the campus of Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas. Tonight's matchup will feature the number 9 ranked Trinity University Tigers coming in at 3-0-1 on the season. And they will be hosting arch rival, the Hardin-Simmons Cowgirls, off to a 2-0-1 start here in 2022. Now, of course, under a new regime for the Cowgirls, and we'll get to that momentarily. But for the Tigers, head coach Dylan Harrison has the team off to a hot start. They started the season off with a pair of games up in St. Louis. They defeated Fontbonne 4-1 before tying a highly ranked University of Washington at St. Louis Bears team 0-0, and they were able to add 2 more victories to their season as they come in at 3-0-1, defeating Schreiner in a conference match, and on Sunday here at Paul McGinley Field in their home opener, defeating the Chapman Panthers by a score of 2-0. So for the Tigers, off to a hot start after a fantastic 2021 campaign, and coming off of their 2021 campaign, a season that ended to the hands of the Tigers, the Hardin-Simmons Cowgirls, they come in with a record of 2-0-1. They've yet to concede a goal here in 2022. Defeated St. Scholastica by a 2-0 score, tied Wisconsin Whitewater 0-0, and defeated Southwestern 3-0. All 3 of those games were at home. This is their first road test, and the first road test for head coach Lance Key, name familiar to a lot of Tiger alumni, as he was the Tigers head coach here for many years. Now on the other side of the press table, taking it in as a visitor, Hardin-Simmons Trinity, a matchup that has been very classic here in the past 15 to 20 years. Coach Marcus Wood for the Cowgirls, and combination of Lance Key and Dylan Harrison here for the Tigers in the last 15 to 20 years or so have really put together some magical moments. And the Tigers hold the advantage. 17 wins, 15 losses, 4 draws, and the 2 teams that inevitably are the 2 favorites to come out of the state of Texas and advance on to a NCAA regional will square off here in a game that has a lot of importance potentially when we hit November time. 2 teams that we expect to be at the top of the tables for themselves in their own conferences. And once they get to that point, the state of Texas will likely host. It's not a guarantee, but history has shown that it will likely have a small 4-team bracket here in the Lone Star State, and typically the winner of this match in the early season has had the early advantage. As we get a look in for the Tigers, and we'll get our starting lineups here as we are about to get underway. For the visitor Cowgirls, in goal is going to be Haley Foley, and she will have Jenna Kirk, Gabriela Aviles, Kaylin McNatt, Alexa Sciano, Randy Dennison, Mercy Murmert, Aurora Aravallo as we are underway, Kaylee Maddox, Lauren Stingle, and Kalia Willis on her side. And for the Tigers, it's going to be Lauren Lewis in goal, Josephine McCrae with Emma Everts, Ella Newland, Taylor Campbell, Ashley Zingelman, Kyra Stafford, Molly Sheridan, Michaela Bosco, Bailey Meyer, and Cassie Bowers to get us started. And Coach Harrison's bench will be active today, as it has been throughout the year. We'll see how active it is as the Tigers off to the early start. They have the sun in their eyes, and that could prove to be an advantage here for Hardin-Simmons and HSU early on, as we are at the 6:30 hour. The sun's setting. You can see the long shadows across the field. And this is Aviles trying to feed a running McNatt on the right side. Going to be chased by McCrae. McNatt feeding it back into the middle of the box and looking to make the turn, and I believe getting the game's opening corner, and that will be the case, was Kaylee Maddox. Maddox, opportunity for some set pieces. Hard to evaluate as you see the turn. Nice, good bit of defending. I believe that was Emma Everett's that blocked it and then went out of bounds. It's a low line kick in to the box, and the shot is going to go wide. That one coming from Lauren Stingle. So just underway here from San Antonio. And that'll be Lewis putting it in play to her right. Trinity used to controlling the possession. They did so on Sunday against Chapman. Don't have the official possession numbers, but I would say Trinity probably had possession for 70 to 80% of the match. And so far here today, Hardin-Simmons giving them a little bit more of a competitive balance. That one was fed in at the feet of Bosco, but quickly turned away by Willis, and Hardin-Simmons will play it along their back line. Sheridan trying to cause Willis some trouble. She feeds it to the middle. They'll continue to play it back, trying to push forward, and that will be sent down. And Lauren Lewis will corral. Tiger victories of late. Last week on Friday, they were at Schreiner. They won 1-0, but took them to the 80th minute to score. And not the case here as Bosco and Sheridan combine. And the Tigers are on the board first. As I was just about to say, the Tigers' victories last week, it took the 80th minute at Schreiner, and it took the 60th minute against Chapman to get something going. And here, maybe looking for a cross. It looked like Foley may have been crossed up. And the Tigers take the early advantage. A goal by Molly Sheridan, assisted by Michaela Bosco. Sheridan, who had a goal and assist against Chapman. That's 2 consecutive goals here for the Tigers, who have been looking for somebody to help out and kind of maybe take over a little bit of the offensive prowess. And it's just, you know, the 1-0 game against Schreiner, you kind of expect more. Not to say that Schreiner's down on their year, but for a team that's ranked in the top 10, you kind of expect them to have maybe a little bit more offensive weapons. But that one finds the back of the net here early in the match, and it's also the first goal allowed here by the Cowgirls on the campaign. Everett will feed that one back to Lewis. And we thought maybe the early sun would cause the Trinity defense a little bit of havoc as the foul comes here from Avalos. Her tackle on Zingelman. We'll get a free kick. Off your screen, you can see Lewis having to shield her eyes as that sun keeps getting lower and lower right into her field of vision. And it was Foley who got crossed up and allowed the early goal. In men's action 2 weeks ago, we saw kickoff right around this time. A lot of early goals put into the right side goal just from kind of a lack of vision. It's just you're looking straight into the setting sun. And 2 talented teams, all you need is just a little bit of a hesitation, not knowing where the ball is, trying to find it. And that ball can be by you pretty quickly.
Why does it bounce though? Men on, men on!
Sciano in the midfield, trying to play forward and at the feet of Avalos, and that's going to be deflected away, and Everett comes up with it now.
Good, follow, good.
Stafford got into the mix.
Simple.
One with McNatt now for the Cowgirls.
Come out of this. Go the other way. Men on. Turn.
Sciano will send it across now for Jenna Kirk, who will look to play forward. Zingelman clearing it out. And then finally for Trinity, it's going to be Stafford playing it across the midfield line to the foot of Bosco. And Taylor Campbell giving chase now, maybe has a turn on the corner. Solid defense here from Randy Dennison. Will force the play back.
Slow down.
Bailey Meyer steps up, has the interception, and can't quite keep it within control. And Leah Willis will send it back to the midfield, and the two teams will volley it around for a little bit. Eventually played out for a Trinity throw. Speaking of volleyball, we're a few minutes away from the Trinity Tigers volleyball team, the number 3 team in the country, hosting the number 2 team, Juniata, just across the far side of your screen in Calgary Gymnasium. As you see, the Laverne Southwestern match still underway, and that one will finish, and then Trinity will be 30 minutes after that. So maybe about an hour, maybe during halftime, we'll check in, see if the Tigers are playing already. But here at Paul McGinley Field, it's a 1-0 lead early for Trinity. We have another throw in from the side right in front of us. Sheridan trying to take it to the far corner, or down to the near corner, and then couldn't quite make the turn. We're about 8 minutes in now. Everett's top of the box. She'll go to ground, and that's going to be whistled for a foul against Dennison. They're going to say she was grabbing onto the back of the jersey. And so this will be an opportunity here for the Tigers. In a pretty good spot. And on Sunday against Chapman, it was Everett's. I believe it was Everett's with a shot from right about this distance that almost found the back of the net, just missing as it went over the crossbar. So we'll see if she looks to play it in or if she looks to go for goal. 4 on the line now. 3 is, well, I think they're going to keep 4. They were just being asked to move back. And instead of Everett's, it's going to be Zingelman taking the left-footed attack. And she puts that one over the top of the crossbar, and that'll be played out for the goal kick. It's a good opportunity. It was a good shot. Just couldn't quite pin it down low enough to curl it in underneath. Foley surveys the field. Now sends it towards the middle, and this should be right for the Tigers. And the second touch taken back by Hardin-Simmons, and now the race with Avalos.
Got her, Gabby!
Ball at her foot, trying to get into the 18. I think she saw Maddox just a touch late. That'll be sent out. It'll stay with Hardin-Simmons. Craig comes up and heads it back out. Now McNatt is going to lose it. Nice defense there for the Tigers. Just swimming Cray. Getting possession back for the home team.
Go release, Caleb, release.
Stafford plays it up to Sheridan. Cassie Bowers in the mix there as well. She let it go through, and now it's far side. And we'll see if Trinity's got a run here, and it looks like the ball was played just a bit too long. Defense from Kalia Willis holding up Bosco. Not allowed enough time for Foley to come corralling. Just past 10 minutes, now past 11 minutes here in this one. Just joining us, the opening goal, 4 minutes in. For Molly Sheridan, the assist from Kayla Bosco, putting the Tigers up. And they have held possession, I would say, for the most part since the goal. Hardin-Simmons with a little bit of attack. Well, it's been mostly in control for the Tigers. And we'll see how that changes over time. Still a ton of time left here in this one, but sure, neither team expected to be trailing so early in the match. Sometimes that can slightly affect how aggressive you choose to be. Once you fall down a goal, you don't want to fall down two because you're over-aggressive. And then counter to that, Dylan Harrison has the Tigers trying to push forward and try to take a commanding lead on this one. Back to the midfield now, and this one played ahead for McNatt.
Around it, White. Around it, White.
Kicked back by Zingelman. Lewis will turn it and play it to her right. With Sheridan trying to feed Taylor Campbell on the far side. Just like a big hop. Pitch is looking good. It's playing well right now. Just had a match between Cal Lutheran and Texas Dallas just before this one. It's a pitch that usually is in really good shape around August and September, and then as the games get played on it in October, November, starts to wane just a touch. The last remaining grass field here for Trinity Athletics. It's baseball and softball turf is going in already for softball. And baseball soon to follow before the start of next season. It'll be a Hardin-Simmons throw.
Alexis, do you want it?
The 17-15-4 mark here for Trinity in the series. Very competitive, and they've done well here in the last few years. For Hardin-Simmons, it's one of their biggest rivals, if not their biggest at this point. Looking in their record book, it's a lot of 20-0 versus teams, 22-0-1 versus teams, or 30-0 versus teams. A lot of those conference foes, but this complete dominance here for the Cowgirls, and it's been that way for about 2 decades, same as Trinity. But the classic that has spun joy and heartbreak for both teams over the years, continuing on again. There's a couple of years where the two teams mutually agreed not to play in the regular season because the NCAA was pretty much pitting them against each other in the first or second round of the playoffs, almost no matter where they were ranked. Two teams would come in ranked in the top 10 and have to face off in the second round year after year. Usually the team that had won the game in the regular season would get hosting privileges. And that would be really the only blemish on either team's mark throughout the year. As of late, you're seeing a lot more teams from the West and the South trying to move around and schedule teams, bringing them in or flying out and trying to face a little bit more competition besides just what's available on a typical bus trip. And we see that with the schedule that both teams have already played. Trinity hosting Chapman here from Los Angeles, and then Hardin-Simmons hosting Whitewater from Wisconsin. And then, of course, Trinity driving up or flying up to St. Louis. They're able to get 2 games in, Fontbonne and then Wash U, and those 2 schools are across the street from each other. So you can get 2 games in for the price of 1. You take it. That's Bosco trying to get past Willis on the back. Won't be able to do it there, but she'll have the throw. And played out once again. So the activities here on this, we'll call it a muggy Friday afternoon. Some sand volleyball going on, and that one's going to be kicked out, I believe a goal kick. Yes. You got top 3 action squaring off in a little bit over at Calgary Gymnasium. You've got the classic here between Hardin-Simmons and Trinity. Tomorrow on campus, the 7th-ranked Tiger football team will be hosting Texas Lutheran. As volleyball continues their tournament, concluding tomorrow evening, and then these 2 teams back here on Sunday. It'll be Hardin-Simmons early at noon taking on Cal Lutheran, and then Trinity taking on Texas Dallas. Cal Lutheran with a 3-0 victory earlier today against the Comets. Stafford will send that one down. Bosco giving chase. Willis now realizing she's got to run after it, and does just enough to kick that one out for a throw. Looked like Willis thought she was able to cruise into that one, and Bosco's speed should be known well by now by all of the backline defenders that are going to be playing Trinity, but seemed to catch Willis by surprise. Foley will come up to take that one. I don't think that had any chance for goal. It looked to be wide, but taking that, making sure there's no deflections or anomalies. Booting it towards midfield. Second touch for McCray. And coming over was Maddox to momentarily push forward for the Cowgirls, and now Sheridan trying to get on the back end. She's going to run out of room, and Foley will come up and end the possession. As we approach the midway point of the first half, previous game had a water break. According to my weather app, we're still above 90, so I believe we'll have another water break here for this match as well. And we'll find out here in the next 2 minutes or so. Bowers with a deflection, and then Sheridan with the foul. She takes her opponent down. I believe that was Kirk.
Come on, Randy! Come on, Randy!
Mummert sends it into the box, and Avalos was there, but so were 3 defenders for Trinity. And it looked like maybe they had rolled it offside, and then they come back and say not offside. And so it will continue to be HSU possession. Cressel Thiessen checking in now for the Cowgirls. Goes in for Alexis Sciano, and it'll be the game's first substitution here, 20 minutes in. McCray drawing the foul. And Trinity once again looking to push forward. Can't get it past Stingle. She's got a little bit of open room in the midfield, finally gives it up. Bailey Meyer on defense. Will eventually give it back to Trinity.
Go ahead, press it.
Now Stafford looking to make a run past her defender. Has a step on McNatt, but it was
Bailey, you got it settled. You had pressing.
I didn't touch.
They're already all there. So we're taking 4 and 5 touches into a great amount of pressure. There's just one ball out there and she's in behind it. Right? Move the ball. Move the ball. Time. Simple pass.
Everett's cleared, but right to Willis. Now Bosco has a chance. See if she can settle it at her feet. Willis, strong defending. She's back. Bosco looking just to play it back towards the middle. Fortunate to find Stafford, who now has Sheridan. Trying to make the turn into the box, but good defense from Mummert. McCray will send it in, and that one's momentarily deflected out and just a touch past Sheridan. And McCray winds up with the ball at her feet. Now looking to make the cross, and that's going to find its way in. Michaela Bosco makes it 2-0 Tigers. And you could feel it coming. Trinity just applying the pressure. Couldn't clear for Hardin-Simmons. And then McCray just sends this one, and it's just perfectly attended to by Bosco. Momentarily, I thought maybe Hardin-Simmons might have had somebody deep on that back line that could have gotten to that, but we'll take another look here from the goal cam. And just the deflection into goal from Bosco. She was in the right place at the right time, and it's 2-0.
Keep dribbling. Other way. Jenna.
Had the assist on the first goal, scores the second. Very similar to what Molly Sheridan did on Sunday against Chapman. And now that one dangerously played across the box by Hardin-Simmons, and they'll have their second corner. An opportunity here off the set piece. HSU finds themselves in a fairly large hole here early on. And where Trinity's scoring rose in the first half over the last couple of matches, this one's coming as a surprise and a delight to the home crowd. Turn on the shot, and that's going to go just wide. Lauren Lewis places it at the corner of the 6-yard box, and she is hopeful that she can get through the next 20 minutes. Get the sun off of her eyes. So far, that has not affected her as much as just the relentless pressure here from Trinity's offense has affected Foley on the other side. Now McNatt trying to feed her right side. She had Dennison on a run. It was deflected away. Avalos looking for Dennison again, just played it a touch too far, and that one will go out for a Trinity throw. A couple of substitutions after that goal for Trinity.
There you go. Drop it. So again, Jenna again.
Coming in for Cassie Bowers was Isabel Mikulski, and for Josephine McCrae, who had the assist, is going to be Erin Heath.
Kaylee, move the ball, Kaylee! Just move it!
Behind you, Jenna.
Bosco. She can go from a standing still position to Mach 5 in about 8 steps. It's been a joy to watch last year and this year. And if you're a defender trying to cover her, your first step should be backwards. Now a shot from distance and just poked and up off the bar by Foley. And she'll give chase. Kayla Bosco trying to make her second.
Good, Randy. Good, settle it. You got time. Go inside.
Aravallo now with the defense from Stafford. Now Hardin-Simmons finding a bit of connection here on these passes. Dennison with a nice move into the open and sends it just across the face of the goal.
Hey, good job, White. Keep using it,
Trinity
White.
only
Go.
allowing 1 goal on the year. That was in the opener against Fontbonne after they had already secured the victory. They were up 4-0 and they allowed 1 late. And shut out Wash U, shut out Schreiner, shut out Chapman, and to this point they have held Hardin-Simmons off the scoreboard.
Bounce it out wide.
Checking in the top 10 position here,
Collect it!
coming in at number 9 in this week's poll. And Hardin-Simmons for the first time in a long time, first time that I can remember, not even receiving votes at this point. And that should be, no, the flag stays down. Bosco sends it just left of the goal. We've got a similar angle to there, and from my brief look, it looked like Bosco was ahead of the defense. There could have easily been somebody further down the line, keeping her onside. So we approach 15 left here in the opening half. So Mummert looking for somebody to open up.
Go, other way!
There's Dennison, now gives way to Kirk. Cross played in but blocked. And cleared out for the time being.
Turn your face, Lee. Turn. You got Jenna.
Well, this will send it all the way across back for Mummert near side.
It's not on. Swing it. It's not on. Swing it.
Hardin-Simmons holding on to possession here, but have not been able to push forward with a goal-scoring opportunity here in the last few minutes.
Go up.
That will be sent out. Reese Wallace, who just checked in for Ashlyn Zingelman, giving chase. You see it there on your screen as she awaits her throw. Emily Hayes checking in for Stafford.
Come on, press! Come on, press! In the box, Randy! In the Box, Randy!
Now the offensive chance here for Hardin-Simmons. They had numbers briefly. Trinity back on defense. Tigers looking to clear out. Wallace has that one flick up, but I don't think it's going to clear completely out.
Put it in.
And then that one mishit here from Mummert. As she was trying to push it into the box once again.
Get inside. Hey, Merce, you know that it's enticing to hit first time. You got all kinds of space. Just a quick touch and move it.
Go wide. First two.
5 shots, 3 on goal here early on for the Tigers. They've connected on 2 of those 3 on goal. 4 shots for Hardin-Simmons. They've committed 3 fouls and have 2 corners. Other than that, there's not really been a whole lot of action, not a lot of whistles.
In for the Tigers, Dabney Moore. For the Cowboys, Taylor Ellert.
Substitution for the visitors, Taylor Ellert, and for Arvalo, and for the Tigers checking in was Dabney Moore. And she goes in for Emma Everts. And looking to check in will be Hannah Kahn and Abby Schneider.
Still under gas, Kalia.
Poked away by Heath. And someone's able to regroup. Kirk will send that one into the box. Cleared out by Wallace, but couldn't get past the first Cowgirl defender. I believe it was Thiessen. Now Heath losing control. And McNatt on the far side has room. Tries to go near post. Sends it wide. And here are Kahn and Schneider for the Tigers. And for Bosco and Sheridan.
She can let you go. She can let you go.
And was that Ramirez checking in for the Cowgirls? She'll take the place of Gabby Avalos
Randy, where are you
with
going?
under 12 to go. Short side kick here to get us started for Trinity. They'll quickly play it down the far side. Kahn. I mean, just checked in. Can't control the touch. I'll play it around the midfield.
Simple, connect it.
Willis has looked very strong defensively, one-on-one so far. Two goals for Trinity have both been pretty much short side right at the corner of the goals, and this one sent across the frame. Bobbled momentarily by Lewis. Able to corral and avert danger.
Get bounce.
Schneider, nobody made contact with it. She and Willis both went up for it, and then that one back at the feet of Schneider. The defense
Organize.
rolling in from Stingle. Foley called to action. Take care of that one. It's crossed into the box. Waiting it was Emily Hayes.
Go back.
It's fine.
You got Jenna.
Jenna. Turn, Jenna. Two now. Good.
Kirk will send it far side for Stingle.
Run, Randy, run.
Thiessen overruns her ball, and fortunate that her teammate was able to send it backwards and they can regroup. Offside will be played forward here by Trinity. Foul will go against Heath and down to the ground. It's going to be Kaylee Maddox. Bounces up quickly. But the free kick now coming for Hardin-Simmons. Marcy Mummert looking to go stand over the top and take this. They'll keep Willis back. Now everybody else moving forward. Nicely placed. And Horn Lewis reading it the whole way, comes up with the clean catch. Mummer with a ball that was very nicely placed. If you get any type of deflection, it's going to bounce around and hopefully find the foot. An outstanding catch there for Tiger goalkeeper, keeping this to a 2-goal lead.
For the Tigers goes
Elena Wickham checking in. She heads in for Taylor Campbell. I'll give us a brief pause as Campbell comes all the way from across the field. Wallace to Kahn. A little bit long on her touch. Kirk comes in with a tackle, and eventually that'll lead back to the possession now for HSU. Hayes steps up and causes that one to be deflected just enough, as Wickham able to get her first touch on the ball. That'll be sent out and over across the street. Far side down the line for Kahn. That'll be a deeper throw here for Trinity. No, it's going to be Hardin-Simmons. Basically thrown in right at the foot of Hayes.
Now you got to track her. Left shoulder, Taylor. You got to track her. Keep it.
Now Heath steps up to keep it this side. Possession for Trinity. Sends it back to Newland. A long touch for Schneider, and that'll be played off the HSU defender. And a free kick coming for Trinity.
No, we don't need two, surely, right? Remember your roles. Taylor, come out of it. Taylor, come out of it. We don't need two. Come out
Taylor,
of it.
get out.
Kolsky will take this one from distance.
Cut tight.
Find a mark, Taylor.
Cut tight. Cut tight.
Makes Looks to be maybe Wickham crashing alongside, but she's going to play it short. After it bounces around just a bit, stay with Trinity. Khan deflects it in. Shot didn't make it past the 18-yard line. And that'll be played all the way across, and that will go for a Trinity throw. 4.5, ticking away. First half, Trinity 2 goals. 4 minutes in for the first one. Bosco finding Sheridan. And the second one right at the midway point. 22:54 on the clock. Bosco from Josephine McCrae. This is Hayes, left side. Trying to find Kahn in the middle and send it just a touch behind, so everybody had to hold up. Schneider heads it forward. Kahn. A lot of action there, but just everything at the feet. And Foley will make that one look a little bit more interesting than I think it actually was. Kahn's shot just kind of took a while to get through the box. And Schneider a good chance just comes up. Not enough on it. Willis will send it down as we are under 2 to play here first half. And
Show White, show. Good,
it's one thing to not have a pace of panic. That's another to maybe not necessarily have urgency here. Not that they need anything, but with 2 minutes to go, you figure that HSU would push forward, and maybe this is the spark that they are looking for. As you hear the calls for handball. And that one was definitely close. That one, depending on exactly where it was, if it was, could have been a penalty. But not given. And we're now under a minute in the first half. Keith, midfield, maybe trying to find something to do in the last 45 seconds. Now Wallace takes a quick survey. She's finding an offside. Emily Hayes. HSU plays it quickly. Wallace will deflect it back, flicked back on by Wickham. A lot of action just below your screen in front of us. We're 10 seconds and under.
7, 6.
And Lewis will kick it out, and that will wrap up the first half. We're at Trinity.
1.
Scoring big with 2 goals and a commanding 2-0 lead. Caleb Bosco finding Molly Sheridan to get us started 4 minutes in. And Bosco getting one of her own, assisted by McCrae at the 22-minute mark. And that'll take us to halftime, where the Tigers defending the home turf quite nicely. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half.
Let's welcome back on.
Welcome back. Start of the second half, under a minute away now. And first half was all Trinity. You see the stats up on your screen. 22-9 in total shots, 7-2 on goal. Trinity with the 2 goals, especially the first one 4 minutes in. It really changed the dynamic of this game. The 2 goals, especially the first one, the early one, really changed the dynamic of this game. It felt like Hardin-Simmons came out with a lot of attack. And then after Trinity was able to find goal 4 minutes in, Trinity really settled into having a lot of attacking possession. Meanwhile, a lot of possession that Hardin-Simmons has enjoyed feels like it's just been on defense, playing it back across the back line. They have had opportunities, able to push forward.
Build up a bit.
I apologize. The stats that were on screen were incorrect. It's 7-6 on total shots, 5-1 on total on goal. And so, stat-wise, a fairly competitive game, but a lot of action for Hardin-Simmons as they have to cut that lead in half. So we're momentarily off the mic. Now ahead, the flag stays down. And Bosco makes a turn. It's Willis on her backside. It'll be cleared back. Newland kind of feeding it in, but into a group of white shirts. But that's going to ultimately give way to a Trinity corner. It is their second of the match. You see Stafford plays it short. Reese Wallace. Back to Stafford. Trinity's already scored once off of that short line feed in. Stafford with the original touch, but couldn't quite clear it out far enough.
Keep the ball, just keep
This way, this way.
Kaylee.
Simple. Good.
Stengel will bring it back across to her left. Maddox trying to work one-on-one against Engelman.
Go back.
Now Willis trying to hold off Sheridan, does a good job. Be taken for a
Just get the ball off your feet. Right, combine, you can get it back.
Grace Wallace throw, and she's going to give way for Newland to throw it in. It's Bailey Meyer across the back line. Has options.
10 jets. Good.
Tried to feed Bosco.
Get up. Come on, get up.
Stingle was able to clear it, and just going to waste some time as it was played all the way back to Trinity.
Get a hold of it.
Men on. Tuck.
Challenge it.
Bring it down.
Newland's header just goes straight up. Avalos with a high kick. And caught Wickham up around the face area, and she seemed to brush it off okay, and then the whistle for the dangerous play. Mason past Wallace. Everett's able to come over and force that one out. It'll be a Trinity throw. Nice initial move for Thiessen. It seems like every time Hardin-Simmons gets a little something going, they just don't have anything on the back end to help connect. That will be booted into Lewis.
Good, Kalia. Fine. Get your shoulders turned.
And Willis will kick it out of play, and that'll allow everybody to kind of reset. Tigers up around pressing third of the field. You look at Bosco, and you see makes the turn, and then the speed is there into the box. Wallace coming on strong, couldn't quite get to it. That was played out nicely. Might have been Thiessen. And if it wasn't her,
Keep it, White. Keep it.
I think it was Stingle.
Stand up.
Randy, stretch it, Randy. Stretch it, Randy.
Tighter. Follow.
Sheridan just played it into empty space.
Good, Kaylee.
That'll be Maddox from Hardin-Simmons
Space.
going to regain possession for the visitors.
Time.
Be an option one.
Good, Big A.
Now with an opportunity to make something as they've got the run down the left side. Wallace will kick it out and will go for a Hardin-Simmons corner. One of the easiest ways to get back into a match is to take advantage of set piece opportunities when they come.
Head it down, White.
Trinity's defense is up to the task. And sent short and low. And coming in on the backside of that is going to be Stingle. Sends it across the face from right to left. And that one will go wide. So situation handled by the Tiger defense. And now an opportunity to continue on forward. Nice little two-line touch there for the Tigers. That one's played into the box. And Wickham's going to get onto the backside, flick up, and I believe that one was not deflected by everybody's reaction. So just seeing things down at the far end of the field. Foley will send it towards the circle. It doesn't quite get there, but Hardin-Simmons able to get on the possession. Thiessen with Wallace all over her backside. And a little give and go with Arevalo. Marvelous into the box. Now takes a step out of it. Thiessen. That'll be cleared out for a throw. Arevalo sends it in. Now played down. Referee says play on, nothing there. Arevalo. Shot blocked. And it's McCray. Already with an assist today. Now she saves a goal. Dennison, I think, had point blank on that one. And McCray just stepped right into the line of fire. Simmons still looking to attack. That one's being sent through. Arevalo found the clearance to get it to go through to the goal, but Lewis had eyes for it the whole way. And Lewis has looked spectacular when called upon today.
In for the Tigers, Abby Schneider.
That's a foul, man.
Oh! Hey, it's the same thing over here!
Hardin-Simmons has taken the lead here, 11-9 on shots. Tigers still up 5-3 on shots on goal. 3 saves apiece. And as Hardin-Simmons head coach Lance Key stating his case on the foul call. And the two sides both remain with some discontent. Schneider sends it in, trying to find the first touch on Sheridan, and couldn't quite get anything going. So just maybe rode up just a bit high on the bounce.
Kalia, get across!
Stengel trying to press forward. Finds Avalos, but the midfield defense of Trinity stepping up and forcing the play back. Now Avalos down the left side. Newland, step for step, and then Schneider comes over and clears that one out of play. Almost an hour into this one. Still a 2-goal lead for Trinity. Avalos will have that one. It was deflected or it was shanked. Either way, it stayed in play, and now Trinity will boot it down. Bosco, see the speed, she overruns it. Has the defender catch back up to it. Pauses for a moment, regains control, and then outruns the defender down the side. And that one is deflected. Otherwise, it would have been a quick pass over to Wickham. Everett's to McCray. Looking to get on the foot of Bosco once again. Couldn't quite make the turn.
We gotta get up now.
This way, Mandy!
And you see a lot of urgency from Trinity as they get the possession. They want to push forward quickly. Hardin-Simmons looking to maintain possession as they bring it down. Two tactics have been working well for both teams, I would say, here in the second half, as I think each are getting some good looks. So far, neither team has yet to capitalize and change the scoreboard. Carvalho will leave it for Stingle. She's got room. Now space over to Thiessen. And Thiessen back across the middle. That'll be cleared out by Trinity, except Everts is going to realize that she's got enough room to make that run now to Bosco. And she might even get on the back end of this one, crossed back behind the defender, and takes that one off the side. Speed of Bosco changes the dynamic of what Trinity can do up front right there. The defender thought she had her off the back hip. Bosco proceeded to run around the defender on the backside to catch up to the ball, and was able to get there
Pinch, Lauren, pinch! Inside, Lauren, pinch!
just ahead, not able to make the shot on frame. That one played over the top, left for Stafford. McNatt will take it and has the throw. Hardin-Simmons, realizing they only have 3 playing forward, will set it down and allow some momentum to build up here with the throw with offensive players forward. That should be offside, and it is. Thiessen was at least 2 yards ahead of the play. The coaching staff for Hardin-Simmons wanting to keep that inside, and that's where they had their defense. Now Thiessen taken away by McCray. Tactic had worked for a moment, and then McCray able to step up and steal it away. Now it's a long run down for Schneider. Unattended. She tries to find Bosco, but right to the foot of Willis. Now Newland. Trinity looks like they just have an extra step tonight. And that one will be flicked on by Wickham, right to the hands of Foley. I'll give a quick check to Dennison, and she appears to bounce back up. Awaiting substitution will be Kirsten Bush. And Aaron Heath for Trinity. Bush for Hardin-Simmons, Heath for Trinity. Taken away by Everts, and now has Sheridan one-on-one with Willis. And Willis had the inside. No shot. Could have been more. No, Stafford. Bosco has that one play a touch hard. McNatt will send it back the other way.
Show, show, show. Move again.
Pass the ball. There's 3 players underneath you.
Taylor Garrett also going to check in now for Hardin-Simmons, so it'll be Garrett and Bush for the Cowgirls. And it'll be Aaron Heath in for Everts for the Tigers.
Pinch, Lauren. Kalia, get across. Good.
Sheridan. And Garrett tangling in the middle. Advantage for Garrett.
Get around that.
Going against
Second ball.
Sheridan. Maybe Schneider coming in and making it impossible for Thiesens, who get on the back end of that header. That'll be played out. Trinity looking to make a run. Stengel will have enough energy to draw back and play it to her back line.
Play her back. Take your space. Go forward. Dribble. Stay connected.
Played out by Newland.
Give an angle. Give an angle press. Don't get a hot hit behind her.
McCray for Heath. Finds Sheridan.
Tighter.
Didn't have much to work with. Had defender coming on. Played it forward. There's nobody home for the Tigers. Now Thiesen, who was the defender that came on, getting worked. Ball out of play by Schneider.
KB, get in the box, KB!
Man on back.
Jenna Kirk feeding it into the middle, right at Aaron Heath. Now it's Stafford on the far side run. She'll take the far left. Bosco back towards the middle. That feeds all the way across. Schneider's going to have a look at this one on the other side. And goes for goal on the far end. Does not connect. And substitutions continue here for Trinity. Dabney Moore and Hannah Khan back in. McCray and Sheridan will find a bit of rest. So we approach the halfway mark here of the second half.
For 23. Oh, sorry. 13 for 23.
Tried to find the foot of Schneider, but taken away by Thiesen.
Keep going.
Got a little bit of extra energy. Now Bush stayed onside, cuts it back in towards the middle, and might have been her downfall. Had the left side open. Tried to cut it across where the defense was.
Time! Turn!
Wolves will come play forward here for the Cowgirls. Working with Kirk. Dennison has 3-on-2 on the left side. Cut through by Thiesen. And it's in, and the deficit cut in half. A nice bit of one-on-one for Thiesen as she takes this one up the left side. Cuts it back left against Newland, and then Lewis really had to come off her line. I don't know if she really wanted to, but didn't really have too much of a choice after that. It was one-on-one with the keeper, and that makes it a 2-1 game here. So with 22 and a half roughly left to play here in the match, Hardin-Simmons gets the life that they need. They had substitutions come in. We'll check on those in a moment. Meanwhile, we have volleyball going on across the way. Trinity, number 3 in the country. And Juniata, number 2 in the country. Trinity taking that first set. You see there, 25-20. That's live on the Tiger Network. Jade Schoenberger and Brian Yancison bringing you the volleyball action from Calgard Gymnasium. And Trinity already up a set, holding 8-7 here, now 9-7. As we check back in. It'll be a goal kick for Lewis.
Penalty assist to Randy Dennison.
Hey, stay here, stay here, stay here. Stay here. Good.
Now a little bit more of the life that seemed to have been missing here from Hardin-Simmons. It wasn't, like I said earlier, maybe not a lack of panic or too much panic, but maybe a lack of urgency at the moment. But they seem to have settled in well. Their defense has held. Bosco sends that one across, trying to find Kahn in the middle. That's Willis. He's been there when she's needed to be, especially with a lot of one-on-ones. The two goals for Trinity I mentioned earlier, both were kind of deflections right into the short corner net. Both of them kind of crossing up. Foley for the Cowgirls, and Stafford playing that one nicely, but it just drifts too far left. As Cassie Bowers will check back in here for Trinity. She'll check in for Wickham. Okay, nice turn, a good strike. Just left it a little too far left. Now Bosco, far from home, tries to find Kahn. His deflection didn't come. Trying to knock it down at the top of the 18. And that plays all the way through to Foley. Now Trinity still with the lead, but after that goal, comfort level may be gone. And that one offside. Momentum, which had been, I think, squarely with Trinity here early on. Taking a massive shift in the past 2 minutes, at least from the aspect of the energy level here being brought by Hardin-Simmons. This bench had been fairly mute.
Second ball.
I'm starting to get a little bit more active. And for the Tigers, they're just playing it right in front of them. Switch over and then taking a shot.
Stay face, Kaylee. Oh, you're good. Kaylee, you don't have to. Look. You don't have to. Press it on, little Taylor.
It's a double set.
You can't set it and move it with your feet. Then set it again.
Lewis boot it down.
AR. When she sets it with her hand, she can't move it with her feet and then go and set it again in a different part of the sentence. I know you didn't see it, but
Show White, show, talk through it.
Far side now. Stafford has a lot of room. Finds Kahn. Has Bowers. Going to go far side to Bosco, and I don't think Bosco was quite ready for that. Still made it competitive.
Swing it. Nope.
Merce, a little wide there.
Taylor Campbell waits to check in. Trinity can get possession.
Swing it quickly.
Drop the line a little. Get it quick.
Turn. You got Jenna.
Time.
Space.
You gotta get a touch.
We're into the final fifth of this match. No overtime left
Protect it.
in regular season play.
Gotta get stuck in, Taylor.
Rule change coming in this year. Also has an effect on postseason overtime play. Both teams will play out the overtime period. So golden goal is gone, as is regular season overtime. We saw the men's side between these two teams go that way. Trinity was holding a goal advantage until 30 seconds to play. Hardin-Simmons with a free kick a week ago. Able to find goal, tie the game, then have regulation expire shortly after. Oh, that was just a bad clearance there from Willis for Kahn. Bowers. Bosco, a little bit of a hold up. Now Kahn. You can hear Coach Harrison saying that he wants to foul. The initial hold up there just outside the 18-yard box would have given Trinity a pretty nice free kick from that distance. Campbell will finally get a chance to check in. And for Hardin-Simmons making a appearance will be Belle Floyd. Campbell in for Bosco.
Come on, Clay, let's go.
And Floyd in for Dennison. You see the initial touch. That's where they wanted the foul called right there, was that first touch off of Willis. Just a little bit of impediment. Instead, they've got the throw from down near the corner. Bowers flips it forward. Kahn looking to make a turn. Instead gives it to Heath. And Heath sends it on goal. Foley alert, makes the save. 15 to play. Schneider with the defense and deflection. It'll stay Trinity ball. Take another look at this shot from Heath.
Taylor, you gotta check your pressure.
One times it. Foley just alert enough. It's the kind of play when we were talking about earlier with the sun being in your eyes. Those one-touch plays like that, just enough where if you hesitate, you might not be able to get on the back end of it.
That's fine, that's fine.
Foley,
That's fine.
Good job, Bell.
Well done, Bell.
having seen it the whole way, was all over it, but fortunate not to have any obstacles in her way.
Take your space, Bell.
Now McCray giving for Campbell. Has a step. And coming back quickly was Murmert. So now everybody will drop back as the free kick comes. Two goals in the first half here for Trinity. Sheridan with the first, Bosco with the second, and Thiessen for Hardin-Simmons. The halfway mark of the second half, drawing it to within a goal game.
Good tackle. Simple, just
First goal given up by the Tigers since opening day. Now both teams, Hardin-Simmons came in without allowing a goal all season in their three matchups. They gave up two in the first half. Now Trinity giving up a goal here. They've now allowed two on the season as well. Hardin-Simmons entering in at 2-0-1. Trinity coming in 3-0-1. As Campbell, see her get just the left ankle there. Tries that sail over her head, but Bailey Myers there to corral. That'll stay in. And just goes out for the last touch. Newland with a step. Campbell. She get past Willis. She couldn't get in front of it. Willis deflects it out for Tiger throw. That'll be kicked on for further deeper throw.
Yeah, collect it.
Save it, Bell. Good, come on, let's go.
Come on, Bell.
There's Campbell cutting back to her left, sends it on goal, and Foley, clear line of sight, picks it up. Dennison, Avalos, Arvalo, and Thiessen rechecking in here for Hardin-Simmons after a bit of a rest. Coach Key thinking maybe if he can get his 4 forwards a little bit of rest, they can give it a little bit more of a go here in the final 10. Stafford clears it down. Has it take a hop just out of play.
Swing it this way, quickly.
In front of her.
You go one more.
Turn.
There's more coming in on defense for losing her wheels, and fortunate that Hardin-Simmons was already in the move to play it back.
Second ball.
Get around it, let's go. Come on.
And bouncing around top of the box, now cleared out.
Time. Now what, Merce? Now
Plays
what?
it
Once
on.
you played it, now you got to get in new shape, right? What if we lost it?
Wilmer played it out into empty space. And Moore will deflect it out for a deep throw. So just the awkward step there for Moore. Back to live. Shot blocked early on, and then the prevailing shot will go wide. Tigers looking to hold on for 8 more minutes. Here's a look at what you just missed. Blocked off, and then the shot coming in just wide. As Lewis will send it out of play on her kick downfield. Substitutions ready for Trinity. Going to be McCray, Everts, Sheridan, and Mikulski. Hayes. Thiessen in defense. Now Newland with a step. Maybe 2 steps. Sends it down. Campbell can't give chase. Willis overplayed it, and I thought for a moment maybe Campbell was going to get on the back end of the overplay. But not to be. This one will go out. It will be a Tiger throw. The substitutions will come in. 6:50 left in this one.
For Trinity, Josephine McCray.
Heath and Moore, Bowers, and Campbell
And Isabel McCoy.
to take the rest.
Here we go, White. Here we go. Let's go.
Good, Addison.
Now a bit more urgency here from the Cowgirls.
Communicate it. Get around it.
Maddox making a turn, passing off to Kirk. Sends it across right in front of us to Mummert.
Go press. Take your touch. Run.
And the send from Kirk a little too quick.
Still gotta make it count, White. Come on.
And Trinity will
First. You gotta start
take
turning
time
them. You gotta start turning
bringing this one back in.
them. Turn them here.
Kahn. Defended by Addison Ramirez. Now Stafford had to step. She plays it forward.
Just time.
There was defenders in front of her.
Jenna, find it.
Under 5. Charity subs now will stop the clock. As if they're holding the lead. And this one played back to Hayes, and now she's going to be called offside.
Big guy, drop out a little. One on.
Good. Keep the ball.
In the air. Recover there. There, no, clear.
No.
Good. Take your space.
Well done, clear.
Wesley, take her.
Decent looking left side has Dennison.
Cover, Randy. She has no cover. Go at her. Go at her. Go at her.
Brings it back up to the top of the box. Sends a cross. Foot settle. Now McNatt. And there to save Trinity, I believe, was Everts.
Stop her. She gotta drop her. She gotta drop.
And Everts with the big save. This one gets behind Trinity. Thiessen probably about 2 or 3 steps off of that one, so it probably wasn't as dangerous as it appeared. But just out of reach. And Evelyn down to ground. And 3 minutes ticking away here. And for Hardin-Simmons, now having to take every chance. A good look here from the goal cam. Everett's clearing that one away. You have to be precision and on point with that. You can't have that one right up your foot.
Go to the ball,
It'll
White.
be Mummert standing over the top. Sends it in.
That's a great ball.
The head on, but not at goal. It was headed off to the side. This will be back to Mummert. As the defender beats Sheridan. Sheridan will take Mummert down, and that will be another free kick. This one from a little bit closer up. Clock being stopped and a card coming out for Sheridan. And just the yellow. Clock stopped at 2:32. So Mummert, who just put one into the box very nicely from about 15 to 20 yards deeper. Now standing right over the top. So if she goes for goal now, it's going to be sent in and too far. And out for a Lewis kick. So I'm sure she's in no hurry to take at this moment. Though. Well, we sent far down. Ramirez. His way for Willis. And the foul called. Minute 45 to play. This battle drawing eerie contrast to the men's batch from a week ago. Trinity up a goal late, trying to hold off and defend. Hardin-Simmons on the attack late. Trinity women hoping for a different outcome. They might get it here. Hayes all alone down the right side. Has Kahn towards her middle. Sheridan into the box as well. She'll look to hold out. She falls down. Everett's there to keep it played in front. Now Mikulski sends it down, and Sheridan taking to ground, but Ramirez immediately saying it wasn't me. And the call going her way.
Get up.
Let's go, Haley!
Now 30 seconds. Have to build up for basically a last chance here for Hardin-Simmons. And Mikulski called for the foul, and that'll stop the clock.
Haley!
We'll see if it's a card. It is. That was played after the whistle. So 16 seconds left. Only about 75 yards from goal here for Hardin-Simmons. Kaylee Maddox waving everybody off as she heads back down. And she'll get the first touch. The clock was stopped. There was 16 seconds left. Wait. It will be reset to 16.
Haley, you take
Ready.
it.
Come on. Go ahead.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6.
That'll be played out.
4.
And time is going to run out, and Trinity will advance on to a 4-0-1 mark here in 2022. And for Hardin-Simmons, it will fall to 2-1-1. Goal scorers on the day for Trinity. Getting us started was Molly Sheridan with the assist from Michaela Bosco. And then Bosco was on goal for the second assist from Josephine McCrae. And then for Hardin-Simmons, their goal coming in the second period. And Presley Thiessen with the goal to cut it to a 2-1 affair and give us an interesting final 22 minutes overall for the Tigers. As you see, a good look at second goal here for Bosco. And the assist from McCray being sent nicely in. The two teams 16-16 total shots. 9 on goal for Trinity, just 4 for Hardin-Simmons. 7 saves for Foley, 3 for Lauren Lewis. And the two teams meet once again and have another classic affair between the two. Trinity now leading the all-time series 18-15-4. And they take this 2-1 victory. Thank you for joining us, for Trinity fans. We'll be back 2 o'clock on Sunday. And you've got women's volleyball currently over in Calgary Gymnasium. You can switch over to that stream if you're so inclined. And for Hardin-Simmons, we'll be back with you. We'll have the stream at noon on Sunday as you take on Cal Lutheran. And I'd like to thank our student crew helping us back in our control room and on camera. And it's been our pleasure to bring you this contest here. Trinity 2-1 victorious over Hardin-Simmons. And there's a bit of the match. Trinity looking to close it out in the third set, currently down 10-8. Currently down 11-8. You can join in over there and see how that one concludes. Trinity trying to knock off a top 2 team in the country for the second time in 3 weeks. And we will see you here back for soccer on Sunday. Have a great day. Take care.